Good evening, Facebook Live. Apostle Terrence Lyons of Ecclesia Ministries here in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, coming to you again on tonight, bringing you tonight's Bible study. Pray that you had a good week off and enjoyed some Thanksgiving time with your family and all of those good things last week. I had a good time and definitely enjoyed it. So let me get a couple of things in place here, and we will get things rocking and rolling tonight. All right. So we'll definitely be looking at some different things tonight. Still in the series of leading under covenant on our Sabbath message. Good evening there, Prophetess Tanisha. Definitely, again, we want to definitely be moving towards fullness of what God is establishing in his kingdom at this appointed time. So I know you all have been able to notice some different things going on, and yeah, it's going on with everybody. So you're in good shape. Good evening there, sis. Pray that again everything is well with everybody. Good evening there, Apostle Laura. So I hope again that all situation is got us where we want to be. Try to get a couple of things in place here. Was doing something a little different tonight. There we go. Because tonight I'm gonna be doing a kind of a switch back and forth because we're gonna do some talking tonight. Because I'm sure if you saw the question there of do you know how to surround yourself? Do you know how to surround yourself? And as the nights have gotten longer, and as there has been many things that are happening in people's lives, know a lot of people slip into depression. They go into different feelings and different things during this time. So leading under covenant, leadership by itself can be lonesome. But you don't want to add any you don't want to add any other elements to that. And I want to make sure that as people understand how to go through life, that you know how to surround yourself. And that this is very important to understand because, again, I've been having to deal with some people in different calls of them being, kind of lonely, kind of depressed, and I have to make sure that I don't go into that realm as well, and I make it a point to interact with people, to call people, to have set up on a consistent basis interaction with other people. So I want to make sure because, see, truth be told, because I'm coming down your street this week. I'm coming down your street tonight, and I'll be coming down your street Saturday. Some folk, I'm gonna knock on your door. Some folk, y'all gonna think that I done just completely meddled, but I got to because of what time it is. So I want to make sure that as we start looking at this and start dealing with this, that y'all are being real about what you got going on. Just being straight up, because again, this is a vital thing. So the passage of scripture that I had you to read, I only gave one, and it was Exodus 18 verses 1 through 27, and that's pretty much where we gonna hang out. That's pretty much where we gonna stay for the most of the night, because y'all know I can't just stay in one spot. For me, I'll be at least referencing, but you won't have to turn to a lot of spots tonight. We're gonna hang out in Exodus 18. And I didn't understand why the Lord wanted me to do it, but now I do understand. So I want to read Exodus 18, verses 1 through 27, and then I'm going to cut loose. It says, when Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that God had done for Moses and for Israel, his people, and that the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt, then Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took Zipporah, Moses' wife, after he had sent her back, and her 2 sons, of which the name of the one was Gershom, for he said, I have been an alien in a strange land. And the name of the other was Eliezer, for the God of my father, said he, was mine help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife unto Moses into the wilderness, where he encamped at the mount of God. He said unto Moses, I, thy father-in-law Jethro, am come unto thee, and thy wife, and her 2 sons with her. And Moses went out to meet his father-in-law, and did obeisance, and kissed him, and they asked each other of their welfare, and they came into the tent. And Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done unto Pharaoh and to the Egyptians, and for Israel's sake, and all the travail that had come upon them. Now watch this, because this is what I want you to see. That had come upon them by the way, and how the Lord delivered them. And Jethro rejoiced for all the goodness which the Lord had done to Israel, whom he had delivered out of the hand of the Egyptians. And Jethro said, Blessed be the Lord, who hath delivered you out of the hand of the Egyptians, and out of the hand of Pharaoh, who hath delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptians. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods, for in the thing wherein they dealt proudly, he was above them. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, took a burnt offering and sacrifices for God, and Aaron came, and all the elders of Israel, to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before God. Now watch this, because I'm wanting y'all to pay close attention to a lot of things that are being referenced here. So verse 13, and it came to pass on the morrow that Moses sat to judge the people, and the people stood by Moses from the morning until the evening. And when Moses' father-in-law saw all that he did to the people, he said, What is this thing that thou doest to the people? Why sittest thou thyself alone, and all the people stand by thee from morning unto even? And Moses said unto his father-in-law, because the people come unto me to inquire of God. When they have a matter, they come unto me, and I judge between one and another, and I do make them know the statutes of God. Watch this, because here's the key. The statutes of God and his laws. And Moses' father-in-law said unto him, the thing that thou doest is not good. Thou wilt surely wear away, both thou and this people that is with thee, for this thing is too heavy for thee. Thou art not able to perform it thyself alone. Remember our question tonight. Do you know how to surround yourself? So then in verse 19, he says, hearken now unto my voice, and I will give thee counsel, and God shall be with thee. Be thou for the people to Godward, that thou mayest bring the causes unto God. And thou shalt teach them ordinances and laws, and shall show them the way wherein they must walk, and the work that they must do. Uh-oh. Now watch how this is working now. This is the work that they must do. So watch this part right here. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them to be rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. And let them be judged, and let them judge the people, at all seasons. All seasons. Not just the good ones. Not just the prosperous ones. All seasons. Not just when they got time. Not just when. Let me finish reading. Let me go and finish reading. But we going somewhere. So watch this. Moreover, thou shalt provide out of all the people able men, such as fear God, men of truth, hating covetousness, and place such over them, to be rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, rulers of tens. Let them judge the people at all seasons. And it shall be that every great matter they shall bring unto thee, but every small matter they shall judge. So shall it be easier for thyself, and they shall bear the burden with thee. If thou shalt do this thing, and God command thee so, then thou shalt be able to endure, and all this people also shall also go to their place, in peace. So Moses hearkened to the voice of his father-in-law, and did all that he had said. And Moses chose able men out of all Israel, and made them heads over the people, rulers of thousands, rulers of hundreds, rulers of fifties, and rulers of tens. And they judged the people at all seasons. The hard causes they brought unto Moses, but every small matter they judged themselves. And Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went his way into his own land. All right. Here's what I need to make sure that you understand about where we going tonight. Because I told you, we going somewhere tonight. I'm meddling. I'm coming down your street. I'm coming after some stuff because I've got calls this week and been having to deal with people this week that have been struggling with The loneliness, having struggle in their mental capacities, just all kinds of things. So we're going to put a stop to this mess. Because again, leading under covenant is about knowing how to make it a win-win for everybody involved. Everybody involved. Not just one, not just the leader, not just the followers. See, because some leaders will be so focused on the followers that they neglect themselves. Some leaders are so focused on themselves that the followers get neglected. Leading under covenant, everybody, it's a win-win deal. Should be a win-win deal. It shouldn't be, nobody should be worn out when you lead under covenant. Nobody, period. And this is why this is so important. So when I'm telling you this about family. I'm telling you this about ministry. I'm telling you this about work. I'm telling you this about the business that you own. I'm telling you about any area. What I'm giving you tonight will work in any area. Mostly every single time what I'm giving you will work in any area. But I want to make sure that you realize how to make it work for you in every single area. So this is about making it a win-win in every situation for everybody involved. If you are causing a burden on somebody else, that's not making it a win-win. If everybody is bearing the burden where it's not a burden on anybody, then that's a win-win. So what I'm going to show you tonight, what I'm going to break down for you in a lot of these things and come meddling in your house and meddling in your business, what I want to show you tonight is how to surround yourself. See, because some of y'all only want to surround yourself with cheerleaders. I love you. Let me go ahead and take a sip right now before I dig in. Some of y'all just want to surround yourself with cheerleaders. This is not good. That's not a good setup. That's not a good way to surround yourself. Some of you only want to surround yourself with people that are like you. That's not good either. I love you. And that one is almost a default go-to. And some of you just want to completely seclude yourself. That's not good either. And then there's some that you want to have some folks that you would like to kind of be the dominant force over them as they surround you, and that ain't good either. So I know what you're thinking. Well, dog, who do I put around me? What do I do? Just stick with me, because see, I want you to understand the true mentality about this. I've got points, but they're not going to go in any specific order tonight, because again, I'm addressing something about leading under covenant that is vital, that needs to be laid out. So I'm just going to go how I feel like I need to go in the moment that I'm in, and it'll make sense when we're done. So one of the things you want to understand is how you surround yourself, watch this, determines your well-being during your functioning. How you surround yourself determines your well-being during your functioning. See, the reason some of you go through this roller coaster deal, and sometimes you feel like you're on top of the world, and sometimes you feel like the world's on top of you. Sometimes you feel successful, sometimes you feel like a failure. The reason you're going through that has everything to do with your surroundings, with who you've got surrounding yourself. Here's what I want you to understand. See, a lot of times it probably looks like well, apostle is a loner, or pastor's a loner. I am far from a loner. I have, at minimal, and this is the key. I have at minimal 6 to 8 people that I interact with on a consistent basis. There's at least 4 that I interact with every week. And those 4, of those 4, one has very clear understanding of my function in the position that I have. And I'm gonna break all this down, but I'm just putting this out here. So literally, I've got a group of people that I surround myself with. See, this is what I want you to understand. Because if you don't have yourself surrounded with the right people, you'll run yourself crazy. And this is why I want you to get this. So look at verse 17. Verse 17. Because again, how you surround yourself determines your well-being during your functioning. So in verse 17, it says, and Moses' father-in-law said unto him, watch this, the thing that thou doest is not good. So you need to make sure that you've got some folks around you, watch this, that's going to tell you the straight up truth. Uh-oh, I just messed with some of y'all's circle. You need to have somebody around that's going to tell you the straight up, unadulterated, not going to hold back truth. Yeah, matter of fact, y'all type that in for me. Truth that doesn't hold back. Truth that doesn't hold back. You need to have somebody in your group. I suggest you have all of them like that. But I know some of you probably can't handle that heavy of a dose of truth. You can't handle the truth. Some of y'all probably can't handle that level of truth. But you need to have at least one that's going to tell you the straight up truth and not hold back from it. They not flattered by you. They not intrigued by you. You need some folks that are going to tell you the straight up truth and not hold back for nothing. And any of y'all that's on here that know me, y'all know I don't hold back from telling the truth about nothing to nobody. Because I done told y'all, and I'm going to tell you again, and I'm going to keep telling you. I ain't taking no whooping for nobody. It ain't happening. So I will always tell you the straight up truth. So if you looking for somebody that's going to sugarcoat anything, you looking for somebody that's going, I ain't him. So don't ask me. Don't ask me unless you want to know the straight up truth, the SCRAIGHT, straight up truth. If you don't want the straight up, if that ain't what you want, don't come to me. Don't ask me, cause if you do, I promise. I'm on one mode. Tell the truth all the time. That's me. Why am I wanting you to understand that? Why am I wanting you to know this? Because how you surround yourself determines your well-being during functioning. See, here's the deal. I want the best for you all the time. I don't care who you are. I don't care if I just met you. I don't care if I've known you for years. I always want the best for you. And I know that the only way for you to get to your best is by the truth. You shall know the truth, and the truth shall make you free. Where the Spirit of the Lord is, there's liberty, there's freedom. You're not going to get to your best unless you do it in a free fashion. That's it. This is why I need you to get this. Because who you surround yourself with determines your well-being during your functioning. So since that determines your well-being, if you contact me, that I take that as you choosing to surround yourself with some of my input. If you come to Ecclesia Ministries, if you're on exclusive Ecclesia, if you're in any of that's what I figure is that you're after. I figure you're after having the best in your life. That's what I figure. Now, if you don't want the best in your life, don't contact me. Just don't. Because I'm only going to try to push you to get to your best. Period. That's it. Because if I don't help you get to your best, I'm not at my best. Because again, this is about a win-win for everybody. So I learn from the people that I help. Every person that I help, I learn from. I promise. Because you'll either help give me another twist on things, you'll help me with another way to look at things. I'm always learning. I use every experience to help somebody as a learning experience for myself. Because no person is the same. So that's why you got to know how to surround yourself so that you have an effective group around you to help you get where you need to be. Now, the thing that I want you to understand about this passage in Exodus 18, the word father-in-law is used a bunch of different times. That's why I kept slowing down with that. Now, again, I'm finna come down some of y'all street. I love you, but some of y'all can't get along with your in-laws. You ain't got to confess, okay? I ain't asking nobody to confess. I'm not asking anybody to confess right here. I'm just... See, I'm trying to do right, but some of y'all don't get along with